All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Race 2 on a Sunday night doubleheader. The Gander Outdoor RV Truck Series at Richmond here on this career mode episode. Race number 6 of the season, coming in off a second place finish runner-up at Texas. Tanner Gray got his first win of the year. That means we have 5 different winners in the first 5 races of the season. Well, we go for 6 for 6 here tonight. This is the first short track race of the season. Then we go to another shorter track, 1 mile in length at Dover on Tuesday night when we pick this career mode back up once again. This should be a fun race here in this one. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. As we get right on into this action, we do full race live streams with the realistic broadcast every day. And for this career mode, full race live stream with a realistic broadcast. Brandon Garcia Vera, DB Forever 85, Trevor Grimes, Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream, everybody. So race 2. See if we'll get a repeat winner. Or maybe we go, again, 6 for 6 with different winners to start this season. Todd Gillen starting at the rear. Jason White also starting at the rear. We also are starting at the rear. No practice or qualifying once again this season. We have not practiced or qualified for any of the starting races to the season. Green flag is in the air. We're underway at Richmond.
Car there on the inside.
Ross Chastain starting on the pole for the 3rd straight race. Can he turn that into a W for the first time? Trying to go way wide. Problem with starting on the high side here at Richmond. Trucks scattering into multiple different lanes. Schneider's still on the tight side through turns 3 and 4. 3 wide though into turns 1 and 2.
Car outside, hold the line.
Austin Hill jumps out in front of the 40 of Chastain now. Schneider drove it way too deep into turn 3. Jordan Anderson now riding towards the back as well, so the 200 drivers starting towards the back, running out back, couple laps in. 70 laps in stage 1 in tonight's race. 225 laps total in this race at Richmond. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. Stuart Friesen out in front. Great top 5 run at Texas. Still the points leader for the 2nd straight race. Trying to make it 3 tonight. He's 13 points ahead of Schneider and Johnny Sauter. They're tied for 2nd. Schneider owns the tiebreaker. Sauter winless on the year. Schneider's got 1 win, so that's a tiebreaker.
Excellent lap there. Good job.
And these trucks that Schneider's been bringing to the racetrack have been really slow early in the run. That's what he's battling with right now. Matt Crafton jumps out in the lead. One-time winner on the year as well. He won race number 4 at Homestead last night. This truck's just not gripping up. Turns 1 and 2, it's a little too tight. And 3 and 4, handling's alright. It's just slow all the way down the track. I guess it is a little tight, 3 and 4 still too. Have to work on the race truck again. Not really anything else I can do personally.
Keep hitting your mark. You'll keep getting better.
Problem with this being a shorter track as well and not doing so hot off the start. It's not like 1.5 miles in the last 2 races where we got off to a slow start. And we're at risk of potentially going a lap down in stage 1. I guess it's similar to Homestead. The caution kind of bailed us out there, but then we end up going a lap down to stage 2 anyway. 70 laps, kind of a longer first stage. Still short, 70 laps at Richmond, but we're only at lap 10 right now. Schneider's already nearly 14 seconds off the lead. Grant Enfinger out in front now. He won the first 2 stages in the last race, but crashed going into turn 1 midway through stage 3. Ended his shot at going to victory lane, sweeping both the stages and the race. Those were his first 2 stage wins of the year. He does have a win at Daytona by inches over Schneider and Joe Nemechek in that season opener. First time the trucks are at Richmond in a very long time. Now, this was actually on the schedule for the trucks to return to Richmond in 2020 due to COVID. That was not the case. They did not get the return last year like they could have. It was definitely a more highly anticipated race added to the 2020 schedule for the trucks. Anytime you add a short track to the schedule, even if it's one we've seen on the Cup and Xfinity Series side of things. Nice to see the trucks make a return there. It's been a long time since they have raced there. Enfinger's pulling away since he got to the lead. And you can see Enfinger right there with a big gap. I mean, he dominated the first 2 stages earlier today. And even early in stage 3 at Texas. You definitely know he wants an intention to get that second win. Boy, I'll tell you what, 2 stage wins and 2 wins, that'll give him 12 playoff points in the first 6 races of the season. Now you're going to get around Nemechek through 1 and 2, no longer in the last place position. But yeah, Enfinger, he is coming quick. Schneider better get it going here. He's going to get a lap down in this opening stage. We're only 15 laps in. Still a startup team. This is the first short track of the season too, so we haven't gotten to see what this team can do on short tracks. All these mile and a halves, 4 straight mile and a halves to start the season after Daytona. Just to go back to Dover, which is, I guess on this game considered an intermediate. I consider it a short track with it only being 1 mile in length. So it does race different than the mile and a halves for sure. But then even after Dover, we go to 3 straight mile and a halves again, Charlotte, then Kansas, and back to Texas for the second and final time this year. And now off turn 4, Enfinger is right there. Schneider throws the block it midway down the front stretch. We're only on lap 19 I guess for Enfinger now. And Enfinger's already at looking to try and put Schneider a lap down. Gonna run the high side to get the momentum and the run down the backstretch. Now looks back down to the bottom. That was a great setup move. He might have to use the bumper because Schneider's holding him up by quite a bit right now. Enfinger again looks low. Schneider goes even lower down the front stretch to block it. Again, this is my worst track on NASCAR Heat. I didn't expect to run this slow. Not like these other races where 10-15 laps in the run we're able to get going again either. Granted, it's a short track, but we're on lap 21 now for Enfinger. Oh, there it is. Caution is out at the right time for Schneider. Nemechek is going to get the free pass, so everybody's going to be back in the lead lap. Anderson, Greenfield, Nemechek all going to pit. Schneider's going to pit as well for 4 tires. That caution couldn't have been a better timely caution for Schneider at lap 21. Top off on fuel while he's at it. Damage to repair. Make an adjustment here too. Take a full round to wedge out of the race truck. See if that helps at all. Austin Hill also pitting from the front.
Drive safe.
Interesting strategy call.
Are you ready?
Might be a good one. 20 lap pressure tires. Green flag back in the air.
Got a car
Here at
low.
Richmond. And restarts on the top again. Quickly gets down to the bottom before they even get into turn one as Enfinger tries to hold on. The lead out in front. Yeah, Billy, right as you mentioned, we needed a caution. We got it.
Alright, you're clear then.
These fresh tires can do.
Car there on the outside.
Two cautions in the race
Alright, you're
earlier
clear
today at Texas. Schneider drove it deep into one. He almost clipped the inside wall. He drove it in so deep. He had the left sides down on the apron.
Still there.
That was that embarrassing. Not a track to go 3 wide at, but he definitely sent it 3 wide there. Trying to get around these trucks with older tires. Austin Hill's still caught back in traffic. He's got a fast truck. He was in the top 10.
Careful. Still there.
He also came close to winning. Finished 3rd at Texas. Was leading there in the final 10 laps. His first win, though, compared to Enfinger's fast truck at Texas, and already had one.
Clear all around.
Let's see here. Anybody else was going to win?
Stay at the bottom. You got room.
That was a new driver.
Car low now. Clear all around there.
So Austin Hill took the lead late, and then again Gray took the lead away from Hill, but Enfinger was dominating that race. He's trying to do early on in this one. Favorite race in general? Man, that's tough.
That was a great smash.
It's really tough to say. There's been a lot of classic races that I've watched as a fan. I've been to a couple races. I've been to a couple really good races. 2018 Brickyard 400 was a good race. Chicagoland 2019 was a great race. That was the year that Bowman got his first career win. Talladega in the fall was a little too sloppy, so I wouldn't say that that's the best race, but I did have a lot of fun at Dega. I've seen better races at Bristol, but the All-Star race there was still a lot of fun last year. Tough to tell for sure. Austin Hill blows by the 99.
Hold your line. Got one
Shoots.
inside.
Oh! Hill got really sideways off turn 4. Boy, that's a slide job if I've ever seen one. As he gets around
Car there
Johnny
on the
Sutter. I thought he
outside.
blew a tire the way that truck was smoking from the rear. Contact with Sauter off turn 2.
Careful. Still there.
Kind of pinched him off.
Still there.
Yeah, my favorite track's Bristol. It's really tough for me to say. If I had to pick a race that I've seen in person that was
Got a car high now.
my favorite,
Hold your line. Got one inside. Clear low, clear low.
I don't know. What contact between Sauter and Schneider off turn 2 for the second straight lap. Meanwhile, Sauter gets sideways and saves it.
Clear there.
Only hang on the top for so long, I guess. Ben Rhodes is out in front now, passing his Thor Sport teammate of Enfinger there that last lap. Well, Bowman definitely had his best race of the year today. I was completely wrong. That was his first top 10 even with
Hold your
Hendrick
line. Got one
Motorsports.
outside.
4 races at Atlanta. Him and Byron both proved me wrong today, really. They both ran the top 10 all day.
Clear on that.
But that's kind of been Hendrick on the 550 tracks this year. They've shown a lot of speed. And Larson obviously had the most speed, but I had to have somebody in the don't haves today. Because of the recent success there, I didn't think it was a wise pick. They proved me wrong, though. I wish, man. Yeah, Dirt Bristol was supposed to be the first race for me to go to this year, but I kind of saw really about a month and a half ago I wasn't going to be able to make it, likely. And yeah, I unfortunately won't be able to.
Car high. Careful there.
It's not ready for 17.
Half down. Has to go. This time by.
Shredder just does not have a fast car here today. I mean, the fact that he's got 20 lap pressure tires and he's still at 17. Very, very slowly, methodically making his way through the field. Too slow, though, to really even try to get up there for the stage win. Enfinger and Ben Rhodes have had a great battle for the lead since the restart, though. 34 laps to go in stage 1. Darlington was a good race last year, too. That was another good one I've been to in person. That was a really good race.
That was a great track.
I'll let that one slip by accident. Michigan, June 2019 was pretty cool. A buddy of mine that I got into NASCAR has been a Logano fan since he became a fan, picked a driver. And he ended up winning that day, and he was there, too. After a rain out, went back up on the Monday with me and my family. And he was pumped about that. My sister was there too. That's her favorite driver also. And they were both kind of pumped about Logano winning. But that was a pretty good race. That was probably the best Michigan race I think I've seen so far in person. Both Michigan races last year were really good. Unfortunately, because of COVID, I couldn't go. Yeah, it's really tough for me to say which one's my favorite. So I just don't. It's mainly because I don't know if I want to pick. Honestly, either Blaney's Roval win. I'd probably say more like his Talladega win in the fall in 2019 was probably my favorite that I've watched. I mean, I get pumped every time he wins. Like today was awesome, but. You know, the importance of him basically having to win at Talladega. It was a must-win scenario either at Talladega or Kansas for him to make it to the Mountain of Eight. He did it. So there was a lot on the line there to keep his season alive for the championship. He got it done. Last year's Talladega race was really good, too. That was, I think, a better race than the fall. They were both great races, but maybe a little sloppier finish. I guess would be the downside of that. So between that and the significance of him winning that first Dega race, I'd probably put, as far as races watched, 2019 Talladega my favorite, personal favorite. Biased because of Blaney winning, obviously. Not saying that that's the best race I've ever seen, but it's my favorite, which is the question. So I'll pick that over a race I've been to so far, but I've had a lot of great moments at the racetrack. Even Watkins Glen 2019 was a pretty good race, too. He's there also. I guess that's another really good one. Atlanta had a pretty good finish in 2019. I've been to a lot of really good races, especially at tracks that you wouldn't think would produce, like Indianapolis, but 2018 was an awesome race. Not just because I was there in person, but they had probably the best finish in Brickyard 400 history on top of it. Really excited to see Brad and Denny battle it out to the finish on Eric Jones in there for a second. Simon and Angelo Ruck have been battling for 15th here for a few laps. Just can't break away from her right now. I'm surprised Crafton's fallen outside the top 10 after leading laps early. I think Johnny Sauter's the only Thor Motorsport truck who has not led yet today. He's running outside the top 15. Yo, Mama, welcome to the stream. Still gonna battle. I mean, he's gonna hope he can get stage points, but I just don't see it happening. Just gonna have to keep working on the race truck. Remember, for our incentive bonus, we need to finish in the top 10 both here and at Dover in the next two races. Got that second place finish. Got Texas earlier today to keep that incentive bonus alive. Rhodes in the lead right now. That'd be another new winner. Crazy start to this Truck Series career mode. Like I said, man, we might have to win 2 races. We just haven't had the same speed. Atlanta was a different breed. Like, we went to Atlanta, we were fast when we unloaded, we were fast throughout the race. We have not been fast unloading a race truck since then. And only that race, too, because even the 2 races before that, we didn't have that fast of a truck. Daytona, we just kind of stayed in the draft. That's how we were able to get to second. We finished 13th at Vegas. Texas Dream was like barely, I think it was 75 minutes was the race. Total. Hour, 15 minutes. Stream itself. Add a couple minutes to the beginning and the end of it. Yeah, it wasn't a long stream. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. Hate this track. Yeah, this is my worst track on this game for sure. We just don't have speed here. Plus, it's the career mode. My truck's not all the way maxed out, which doesn't help. A little tight at the beginning of the race still. He's not loosening up much. During this run, still less than 20 laps to go in the stage. 17 to be exact. I'll tell you what, Ben Rhodes is lapping a lot of trucks here in stage 1. That was even with a caution at lap 21. Kind of got around Boyd for 13th. He's going to work on Crafton for position. Sheldon Creed just up here for position as well. 3 and 4. Schneider up into the side of the 88 of Crafton. He ran a little wide. Trying to get around him desperately here. Chance at stage points is running out. Before you know it, it's going to be the end of the stage. 3 wide as they split the last place truck of Fogelman, who finished 5th at Texas. Had a huge turn of events today. Zane Smith also had a fast truck at Texas. He's already DNF'd twice in the last 3 races, and he's running 31st on speed today. Goodness. We're up to a race high 12th though. Rhodes still faster than him, that's the problem. Not only that, I mean, again, Rhodes might actually have a chance to lap Schneider before the end of this stage. I don't know, they're going 3 wide back there. If he gets to that traffic, it's going to be tough for him to get around it. He's not too far behind him. They got a perfectly timed caution before he went a lap down, just 20 laps in. Give him the opportunity to stay on the lead lap and perhaps again race his way at least to getting a stage point.
Stay low,
For stage 1.
Careful, still there.
Creed's going to get stuck behind a couple lap trucks. Sheldon Creed's not had a strong start to the year. The real-life defending Truck Series champ in 2020.
Still there. You got a car low now.
And there's the one on the high side with 3 and 4. Creed's going to get a little bit of that time back. Oh, I think he got in the back of Harmon off turn 4, trying to move him out of the way and get going again.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Just gets around Greenfield off turn 2 as well. Creed's still stuck behind Harmon. Might have to use that bumper again. Chastain, after starting on the pole for the 3rd straight race, still has to go to victory lane. I don't think he's going to do it today either. 10 to go in stage 1. He's already a lap down to 26. Might be in danger of going 2 laps down. I would say it's been a dominant stage for Ben Rhodes because there were a lot of different leaders there, and it took him about half the stage to get to the lead, but he's led every lap since he's taken.
All right, you're clear there.
That front running position. Rhodes has not won a stage yet this season as well, so he's looking to win his first stage of the year. Ty Gilliland's in 10th. That will be the battle for the final stage spot if Schneider can get there with 8 laps to go. This There's going to be a lot of trucks a lap down at the end of this opening stage. Even with a caution midway through it. Be able to catch Gilliland. As long as Schneider doesn't get held up behind the lap truck of Natalie Decker. Decker going to go to the high side and let Gilliland by at least. Gilliland's going to catch her in a bad spot off turn 4. That's going to slow Todd down the front stretch. Schneider's got a huge run now into turn 1 to the inside, 3 wide.
Still there.
Gilliland got slowed up just enough, and Schneider's there trying to take away 10th for that final stage point of stage 1. Schneider drives it deep into 3 and 4. That 38 truck got a little tight. You saw it want to shove up the track with the front tires as well. 4 to go in the stage, all clear. Schneider to 10th. Again, just like we've seen most of the year, where he gets stage points, just not a lot of them. Outside of Daytona, Daytona's the only race that he has actually scored a lot of stage. Well, I guess Atlanta as well. Schneider did win a stage at Atlanta and finished 6th in the early, so scored 15 stage points at Atlanta and Daytona. Excluding, if you would count this race, 4 races, just hasn't scored a lot of stage points, 6 or less. Or Vegas, he didn't score any.
Still there. I need 2 more solid laps, bud. Keep it going. Clear high, bud. Car high, careful. All clear.
I don't think Schneider's going to be able to catch Lassard for 9th. Yeah, I definitely won't be able to. This is the final lap of the stage for Ben Rhodes right now. Once Schneider crosses the line in 10th, the stage will be deemed over. Green, white, checkered flag in the air for the first time. Ben Rhodes gets his first stage win of the season, winning at Richmond. The first 70 laps of tonight's race. All the way back to Schneider getting that final stage point in 10th. That was with 20 lap fresher tires. He's definitely going to have to work on the truck going forward, but at least he was able to finish on the lead lap in the stage, because not many were able to do that. Sheldon Creed gets the free pass at 12, so yeah, only 11 trucks on the lead lap at the end of stage 1. And another set of pit stops coming here for this 99 team. 4 fresh tires. 3/4 of a tank of fuel. No damage to be repaired. Half a round of wedge going to be taken out of the truck again. And 2 pounds of air pressure all the way around. Going to be the adjustments on this 99 team. Still 155 to go. Again, that was only stage 1. Going to gain 5 spots on pit road, even with the adjustments as well, so that's pretty good. Going to restart on the bottom. That's also good. Hasn't been able to do that in about 2 races. Green flag back in the air at at Richmond. We were at Texas earlier.
Still there. Car high, careful.
Ben Rhodes clear of Enfinger off turn 2. Try to go 3 wide for 3rd underneath Ty Majeski and Christian Eckes. Enfinger got out in front of Rhodes though. Off turn 4 to lead the opening lap of stage 2. Schneider goes back to 9th. Gill and Herbst right behind him for position as well. Oh, Herbst got into the back of the 99. He turns it. Riley Herbst turns the 99 of Schneider and turns 3 and 4. Caution's out. 3 seconds of damage as well. Herbst just sent it into turn 3 into the back of Schneider, and Schneider, I mean, there's no other way about it. He just got turned. Going to repair that 3 seconds of damage. And that's our second caution of the night. It definitely could have been worse. That's your Chatterley. Welcome to the stream. Bones Undead, you're back. So here we go. Green flag about to wave.
Are you ready here?
Enfinger will restart from the lead. Green flag back in the air. Start into turns 1 and 2, and unfortunately he's back on the outside again. And 3 wide with it as well.
Still there inside.
Enfinger leads the first lap after the restart.
Inside.
Schneider trying to go down. He's not going to be able to block the 22. Self's already there.
Looking inside now.
Schneider's still stuck on the outside. He's getting trained around the bottom. In contact with Gray. They were 3 wide. No room to go there. Off the exit of the corner.
Outside. Stay at the bottom here.
Lost track position after getting turned. Wasn't a great restart either for Schneider, but he was still hanging on to 9th. Now not only he's back to 12th, but all these lab trucks are getting around him as well. Greenfield rubs him up the track. They were 3 wide and tight again, so it wasn't really Greenfield's fault. Just nowhere to go for everybody. Schneider's only got 2 sets of tires left the rest of this race after pitting midway through stage 1 to get that 1 stage point during the lone caution we had there. And he just cannot get down to the bottom. He has been on the outside since the restart. Finally gets down to the bottom in front of Jordan Anderson. My goodness. Took himself falling near the back of the pack, though, to get down there. At least he's in 12th because he was able to stay on the lead lap in stage 1. Spencer Boyd is on the lead lap, though, because he got the free pass. He's in 13th on the lead lap. Fastest lap of the race for Schneider that last time. Gets to the bottom. You know the adjustments he's made on this truck are at least helping a little bit. Then Rhodes back out in front after this restart a couple laps in. Rhodes at least dominated the second half of stage 1. He's trying to win stage 2 as well.
Stay low, stay low.
Schneider just needs to stay on the lead lap this stage. He's not off to a good start doing so as he gets really tight again from 1 and 2. Had to lift and let Boyd by, otherwise they were probably going to wreck off turn 2. Schneider again, he really needs to just save his tires, knowing that he is going to have to pit one more time in the final stage 2. He's going to have to pit at the end of stage 2. It's going to be the idea. Even if we get a caution, he's going to have to stay out. He's only going to have 2 sets of tires left, or he's going to have to go the whole final stage on one set of tires, and I just don't think that's going to work either. I doubt you can even make it a full fuel run in the final stage. Definitely be close. In case there's a caution in the final stage, I think that's the idea is try to stay on the lead lap as long as you can, or at least be on the lead lap by the time the final stage comes around. Yeah, you want to get at least a stage point again here in stage 2, but it's just not worth it. Gotta think big picture here. You gotta try to find a way to victory lane if you're any of these guys who have won once, at least a second time to ensure you're going to be in the playoffs. Ben Rhodes goes on to win today. We have 6 different winners in the first 6 races. And that means we only have 4 spots open and still 10 races until the playoffs.
Still there.
Pretty wide and tight. underneath a couple of the lap trucks. Gustine, Mike Harmon, I don't know how nobody made contact that time. Schneider overdrove 3, he got really sideways. Nowhere to go. They made it through 1 and 2, 3 wide, and if Schneider didn't give it there, I don't think they were going to make it through 3 and 4.
Careful, still there.
Sidetrack Gustine a little bit, pulls him back in the center of the corner. 7 to go, stage 2.
Still there. All right, clear outside.
Just got to get going. Gets around Mike Harmon now for 1 and 2. And alternate through the different camera angles for the first time today. In the second race, at least. Over 3/4 of a track behind Rhodes is Schneider. You wonder how much of his tires got burned out after Herbst turned him. Lap and a half, 2.5 laps after the restart to stage 2. 2 cautions per incident tonight have already matched the amount that we had in the first race at Texas today. Smith up to 27, but that's still not good, considering there are only 32 trucks in the field. And Chastain right where we saw him last in 26 still. Sends it into 3, trying to make sure he's going to clear Zane Smith on the bottom. Pushes up the track again, though, off the exit of 4. Smith going to get right back underneath him another time, just for Gander to go low again and clear. Almost got in the back of Chastain on the bottom in 1 and 2, though. Ooh, almost some contact between John Hunter Nemechek and Ross Chastain off turn 2 now. Yeah, Cup Series might have more than 16 winners this season, too. I was not expecting Blaney to come back under green. I figured like a late race caution, he might be able to get around him on the restart and hang on, because that looked like it was going to happen at the start of the final stage, but then he had that... He had to give up the lead to get the garbage off the front of the grill of the race car, because otherwise he was going to overheat.
Careful, still there. Clear all around.
And you could throw a second place finish even out the window if that happened. So, unfortunately, he had to give up the lead to the fastest car on the track for all but the last 30 laps of the day. And, I mean, he just flat out ran him back down. It's unbelievable. I didn't think he was going to have a chance to get him. What, 101 laps was the final green flag run of the race? They had a pit stop in there.
Still there?
I mean, he just flat out beat him.
Stay low, stay low.
Here's Ben Rhodes. Back to the normal cam to the end of stage 2 at least. And Rhodes drives right underneath the other 99 truck of Schneider. Oh, wait. Oh, Rhodes with a little block. Schneider got into the back of him. Rhodes is sideways. And he runs up into the 10 truck of Jennifer Jo Cobb. Rhodes tried to block Schneider. Schneider got into the back of him because of it. Now he's trying to use Jennifer Jo Cobb as a pick, perhaps. Rhodes up the middle, 3 wide through 1 and 2. Schneider clears him right back. Bunk got into the side of the 10 truck. Schneider desperately trying to stay on the lead lap. Does clear Jennifer Jo Cobb off turn 4. Rhodes going to do the same back there. 35 laps to go in stage 2. This is going to be a long way to try and stay in front of Ben Rhodes. Now, Spencer Boyd's only 2.5 seconds ahead of Schneider. Schneider still could be the first truck a lap down to the end of the stage. Rhodes got into the back of him. Little bump and run to the back of the other 99 truck, and Schneider still hangs on despite the bump. An attempt to run, it was more just a bump, no run. And he runs into the back of him again. Rhodes getting restless, you can't blame him. Mainly because Grant Enfinger, his teammate, is starting to close that gap now. Schneider's holding him up, and he gets low. Schneider crowds him a little bit, and into turns 1 and 2. And Rhodes is all clear. Schneider hung on for as long as he could. I'm surprised he was able to hold on for 3 laps even after getting bumped twice. Had to finally let him go. It's Ty Majeski, who's actually in second, also without a win this year in East Motorsports. Great short track racer. Showing that prowess here tonight at Richmond.
Careful, go back. Careful, still there. Careful, still there. Outside, outside. All clear.
Enfinger was coming in hot there. Majeski was on the outside. That's Ryan Newman impression here tonight. Working as a roadblock on these lead lap trucks, just hoping that he can remain the first driver lap down. Though Rhodes is going to catch Boyd if this goes green to the end of the stage. Schneider's going to have to run Boyd down. Is Rhodes going to catch Todd Gilliland in 11th? We're still probably about 6.5 to 7 seconds ahead of even where Rhodes is at right now. It's going to be the next question. There's only 29 laps for him to catch him. He's got the truck, but does he have the time? What Schneider's hoping for now will be the first driver lap down at the end of the stage and get a caution. Maybe that helps him. Maybe he can take the wave around if everybody pits. He can do something. Just has to keep fighting. He's finished the lap down once this year, 2 races ago at Homestead, where he finished 18th. A little faster truck on speed today than what he had there. But actually, I should say on speed, he had a faster truck at Homestead. Once he got it dialed in by the final stage, at least. Definitely not the first 2 stages he didn't have the truck. Just had a bad time with caution that trapped him a lap down. Late in the race after coming back from a lap down midway through. Crafton's actually the 13th place truck. That was a pass for position. So forget about Spencer Boyd. Schneider's got to run Crafton back down again. Crafton was one of the faster trucks that got lapped at stage 1. He might have made an adjustment during the stage break. Go high for 3 and 4. These guys are catching Boyd. Boyd's got heavy lap traffic right around him, and he's only a second ahead of these guys. Schneider drives it deep into 1 and 2. He's trying to catch back to Crafton, not trying to let Crafton pull away. But Crafton's going to have to get to that lap traffic that Boyd's trying to work through right now as well. Yeah, fantasy for Dirt Bristol is definitely going to be low. I mean, it's basically like trying to pick a Daytona or Talladega, really. You have a couple guys that, you know, have good history, at least like with dirt or super speedways, you know, for that aspect as far as the comparison goes. Crafton did just pass Spencer Boyd, who was still stuck behind Jason White on the top. Schneider closes in on Boyd off turn 2.
Careful, still there.
Boyd going to go high again as White kind of comes off the top lane, but that's not going to be it for Boyd.
Careful, still there.
Top lane's just not there at Richmond anymore like it used to be.
Stay on the bottom.
We're back to 13th. The Now he's trying to catch Crafton to be the first driver lap down to the end of the stage. Assuming things stay the way they are.
Careful, still there.
That meaning that
You're clear there.
Gillen does not finish a lap down to the end of the stage. Ben Rhodes is really pulled away enough. I think Gillen might be done for as far as trying to finish the lead lap to the end of the stage. Somebody just blew an engine. They did not make it to pit road. Oh, we got trucks scattering down the front stretch.
We got 20 more laps.
I don't know why there's not a caution here. And it's Gillen, who just went a lap down. He's slow. Crafton's slow behind him with nowhere to go. And Schneider just gets to the inside as Gillen was trying to get to the bottom. And down onto the apron. He couldn't do it with Schneider there. Schneider escapes by. And he was able to get around Crafton in the process. Back to 11th now. Schneider's the first driver to lap down. Now he just has to hope that Brett Moffitt in 10th place doesn't go a lap down. Moffitt's 12 seconds ahead of Schneider, so Schneider's definitely not going to catch him to the end of the stage. And you'd have to assume that Rhodes is not quite 12 seconds ahead of Schneider, but will he be in 18 laps? Will Crafton be able to run this 99 truck back down again? Just got to the outside of Austin Hill. 3 wide, up the middle, down the front stretch. He's going to clear Hill, though, to get down to the bottom by the time they get into 1. Maybe D'Angelo Ruck going to clear her off turn 2 as well. Yeah, we definitely need it. We either need a caution now, or we just got to hope Moffitt does not go a lap down to the end of the stage. 17 more laps, I don't know. Rhodes has a fast truck. You gotta hold off Crafton yet, too. Crafton's battling to get around Austin Hill and Angelo Ruck back there, so it's gonna hold him up a little bit longer. Seems like Crafton and Schneider's trucks are fairly even. Crafton might be a little bit faster. At least in stage 2. Schneider was a little faster in stage 1. Crafton's only half second back down the backstretch. Plenty of time for him to get to the 99 as long as he can get through lap traffic halfway decent. We just need to put consistent top 10s together so we can get that, not necessarily just for the incentive bonus, but to get like a momentum bonus too. We haven't had one all year because we finished in the top 5, and then the next race we don't even finish in the top 10. We have not had back-to-back top 5s yet this season.
Still there?
Now you're stuck behind Harmon.
Stay low, stay low.
Use the bumper and race him straight up. That allows Crafton to close the gap again. So now within about 3 truck lengths into 1 and 2. Schneider couldn't hook the bottom that time either. Crafton gains about another 10. And he's only about a truck length and a half behind Schneider into turns 3 and 4. And again, Schneider just a half a lane off the bottom. Crafton's all over his back bumper off turn 4 now. Just like that, after a lap and a half. This could be the battle for the free pass position. Trying to hold off Crafton. Be a fun little battle, assuming this is going to be the free pass position again. Moffitt could get lapped here. Both Crafton and Schneider hoping Rhodes doesn't quite get to him. Schneider with a block down the back straightaway. 17th place truck of Ryum, who's 2 laps down. Right in front of these two. Schneider going to look low down the front stretch. 9 laps to go, stage 2.
Stay low, stay low.
We're going to get around Ryum.
Got one outside now.
Crafton trying to do the same, and he should. 1 and 2, easily going to clear. I have a bad feeling Moffitt's a lap down right now. I can tell by the track map with the lap times are running that Anchor definitely isn't a lap down, but there's a 4-second difference between Anchor and Moffitt. And if Moffitt's not a lap down now, he is very close to being a lap down. Schneider in the wall off turn 2, but barely stays in front of Crafton. That was close. Definitely hurt him though. Might tighten the race truck up a little bit more as well. That's not what he needs. 6 to go on the stage. Yeah, you're right. Likely a tire down. Oh, contact with Gustine. There were 3 wide as Crafton got to the bottom. Contact with Crafton and Schneider now. As Crafton slides into the lead. There was 3 wide. It was hard battling for the free pass spot. There was just no room. 5 to go on the stage. Schneider drives it deep into 1 and 2, trying to get back to Crafton. Oh man, this is going to be an intense battle, but I don't know if Schneider's got the race truck in him to get back around the 88. Pushing extremely hard right now, just trying to hit his marks. Jonathan Rogers, welcome to the stream. Good run off turn 4 for Schneider. Maybe gained a little ground on Crafton. Looks low into 1 and 2. Got to the inside, a little bump. To the inside of the 88, that actually slowed the 99 down more than it slowed down the 88. He wasn't trying to get into him. He's just driving it so deep into these corners. Crafton's got that wider arc. Schneider into turn 1. Watch Moffitt end up being a lap down anyway. He probably is. I would assume he probably is now with how far ahead 99 truck is, and Schneider got loose. He drove it in too deep in 3 and 4 underneath Crafton. That might have been his last shot. 2 laps to go on the stage. The stage is going to be over once the top 10 hit the line as well. Moffitt's 10 seconds ahead of these guys, so there's really only about another lap left. Final lap of the stage for Ben Rhodes. Crafton might catch those lap trucks. I don't think Schneider is.
Alright, let's go.
I don't think Crafton's going to catch him. Ben Rhodes is going to win stage 2 here at Richmond, sweeping the stages.
No points that stage, but plenty of racing left.
And, man, I think Moffitt... See if Moffitt was a lap down. If Moffitt was a lap down, then that wasn't the battle for the free pass spot. Yeah, Moffitt did go a lap down. So Moffitt will get the free pass in 10th and get the final stage point. Ben Rhodes sweeps the stages, his first 2 stage wins of the year. Now, Schneider could stay out. That's a risk. But he might do it. Schneider is going to do whatever it takes here in this final stage. He is going to stay out of the pits and take the wave around under the stage break. He's got 2 sets of tires left the rest of this race. This is going to be the same tires he's had on the truck since the start of, the start of stage 2. So Moffitt with the free pass.
Coming to the green, driver.
Schneider back in the lead lap. Green flag back in the air, so looks like Majeski wins the race off pit road.
Still there.
81 laps to go here at Richmond. Pretty wide at the back.
Still there.
And they're trying to get around Moffitt for 10. Moffitt did not have a good restart. Schneider jumped in the line underneath him into 1 and 2. He's bobbling around though on these old tires. This is a risk for sure. Schneider's banking on there being a caution. We've only had 1 caution for incident tonight. Or sorry, no, we've had 2 cautions for incident. That's right. Schneider spun earlier, but luckily didn't really hit anything outside of Herbst, who turned him a couple laps after a restart at the beginning of stage 2. That's another thing too. Schneider has spun with these tires on top of the fact that well, we don't know if it's a good call yet. It's only going to be a good call if we get a caution and we can stay on the lead lap and then pit. But if we don't get a caution, then we're going to have to pit, and everybody else might be able to make it to the end of the stage. Might. But that caution's going to have to come quick because Schneider's got old tires and he's not even able to keep up with the back of this pack. Grant Enfinger's found himself back on the lead. Seems like Enfinger's got a good short run truck. He gets to the lead on these restarts, but then Rhodes gets right back around him after about 10 to 20 laps. Rhodes led every lap of stage 2, or at least in the final 50, and he led just over half of stage 1, so Rhodes is definitely the fastest truck and he's led the most laps. Majeski, Enfinger looked fast as well. Enfinger would be a repeat winner. There's still some fast trucks that haven't won yet this year, too. That's the crazy thing. Sauter hasn't won yet this season. Not having a good run today in 12. Chastain's got 3 straight pulls. He hasn't won yet. It's another fast truck. You know, assuming Ben Rhodes can get the victory lane today, for instance. We still got another wild card race before the playoffs, and that would be Eldora. Where we could see a wild card winner there. None of the KBM trucks have won yet this season either. So, I mean, that alone would give 10 different winners. Zane Smith hasn't won. I don't think any of the GMS trucks have won. Sheldon Creed hasn't won. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be at least 1 or 2 good trucks that aren't going to make the playoffs. And one of them might even have a win and not make it. We have more than 10 different winners. Sliding off turn 2. I think he still leads. Schneider might make it about another 5 laps. Maybe a little more than that. And he's going to go lap down again. He needs a caution. He's going to fight as hard as he can, but on older tires and not really having the truck compared to the leaders on top of it. The incentive bonus, too, I mean, if he was going to be a lap down the rest of the race, he was never going to finish in the top 10. This is his only shot at even a top 10 finish at this point, let alone the win. Schneider's not led a lap all day long. He only led 1 green flag lap at Texas. I mean, outside of Atlanta, where he led just over 90 laps, I mean, he hasn't really led a lot this season. Though, again, it's a startup team. Can't really fault him for that. He does have that win to back it up at least. Better than nothing. I'll say that much. They're slowly starting to catch the back of this lap traffic now, but Enfinger is rolling off turn 4, and he's actually kind of pulled away from Ben Rhodes a little bit on that restart. They made adjustments. I argue should have probably won at Texas. He didn't crash going into 1. He won the first 2 stages of that race. First 2 stage wins of the year. Rhodes winning his first 2 stages of the year. Same team. Both have fast trucks tonight. Let's see. They're a step ahead of Kraft and Sauter. That's one thing.
Stay low, stay low.
For sure. It's weird that you got the top 2 or Thor Sport trucks, and then you have 2 guys outside the top 10 that are Thor Sport trucks as well. Schneider got a lucky caution in stage 1 without going a lap down. He's going to need that same thing now, but a different scenario. He's on old tires versus just not having a fast truck at the start. And Enfinger has just roared to the back bumper into turn 3 on Schneider. Oh, and he puts the bumper to him. A hard shove, and Schneider's going to go a lap down, and Enfinger gets sideways off turn 4 and saves it. Barely. Schneider back to the middle lane, slides back up in front of Enfinger. Back on the lead lap again. They battle hard. Price Henfinger used the bumper as aggressively as he did too, just to get loose in the very next corner, and Schneider gets back around him. And they're trying to use these lap trucks as a pick as well. He's doing everything he can. Stay on the lead lap. Gonna have to get around Nemechek quick too, because Henfinger just got right back around those guys. Now he gets to the inside of Nemechek. Henfinger again uses the bumper, trying to move the 99 out of the way. But again, the bumper does not prevail. Schneider, oh, he overdrove it a little bit. Henfinger puts him a lap down another time. And I think Henfinger's going to drive away now. Schneider still could get the free pass. Riley Herbst is about 13.5 seconds ahead of Schneider, but here's the thing. Yes, he could get the free pass, but you got guys on fresh tires like Johnny Sauter and Matt Crafton. And especially Crafton, only 4.5 seconds behind Schneider. We saw he was faster than Schneider in stage 2 on equal tires. Fresher tires, he's going to get up here in no time. Friesen's up to second place now, having a good solid run.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Get to the inside of Schneider's. He tries to run down that figure, also looking for his next win of the year. And actually, Christian Eckes is in second place. Friesen's in third. So Eckes may be looking for his first. Here's Ben Rhodes in fourth. Boy, he's gone backwards. Too. One caution gets Schneider back on the lead lap. If it happens soon, he can take fresh tires, though he'll have to restart at the rear of the field due to taking the free pass. That's not a fast truck tonight. Not more than 20 lap fresher tires, though, compared to what he did in stage 1 when he drove up to 10. And he has worked on the car a couple times since then as well, adjustment-wise, so that'll also help. Problem is his fuel tank's about to run dry. He's going to need a caution fast because he's only got about 4 more laps, maybe 3 more laps he can go on fuel, and he's going to have to pit under green. And this strategy is not going to pan out at all. 2.5 seconds ahead of Crafton. So, I mean, the tires are going to make it to the end of the run. Miraculously, because this track's pretty old surface as well as it being a short track. High braking zones. Really use a lot of the tires. Also in that car around the corners. Truck, I guess, in this case. Crafton is the next truck in line behind the 99 anyway, too. Running the high side back there. Crafton's about 4 seconds ahead of Sauter even for position. Yeah, I mean, this is it. Schneider's going to have to pit this time as he gets really tight. Pushes up the track on those old tires again, and Schneider will have to pit right now. Tough break. 40 miles per hour is the pit road speed limit. Almost sped there, but he really pushed it as long as he could. 4-tire stop. Full tank of fuel. And the strategy does not pan out here for Schneider. He not only fell a lap down, he's going to lose another lap in the pits. Probably 2 laps with it being a short track. He's got 1 set of tires left the rest of the way, but he's going to be a few laps down. As far as everybody trying to make it on fuel to the end of the race, it's going to be close, but I think they are good to go to the end. They should be. I mean, this has the capability of being Schneider's worst run of the year. He's 17. And just went another lap down. He's got fresher tires than the leader. He's 3 laps down right now on the racetrack. No adjustments on pit road that time either. It does feel nice to have fresh tires back on the race truck again. Look at Enfinger, 3 wide up the middle. He's actually, he's battling Angelo Ruck. Christian Eckes is trying to get around Schneider right now. Those lap trucks are holding up Enfinger. They've been side by side right in front of him for a while now. I think that's definitely Angelo Ruck on the top. I can't tell who's on the bottom. Oh man, Eckes slides into the side of the 99. He's trying to go. He sees Enfinger struggling right now, and he didn't want to waste any more time. For Schneider's sake, he's kind of hoping Enfinger wins, and we get a guy that's already won it back in victory lane again. Eckes wins. Just puts more pressure on him to try and win a second race before the playoffs. Especially with a bad run like this, only 1 stage point to show for today as well. And now Eckes is caught behind the 2 lap trucks side by side. Yeah, it is Cobb and Ruck, and Enfinger's starting to gap him slowly once again. But Enfinger's got still a couple more trucks in front of him. Eckes finally gets down low, still side by side in front of him. There's just nowhere for Eckes to go. He can only go so far.
Careful, still there.
2 wide under Blake Greenfield, 10 for Joe Cobb.
Careful, still there. Stay low. Clear high, bud. Got a car low now.
Pushes up the track in 1 and 2. Ruck gonna get back to the inside. Schneider actually brushed the wall.
Stay out the bottom.
Still freezing. In 3rd.
Careful, still there.
It's 3 wide. Underneath Tanner Gray, our Texas winner.
Inside. Clear
Josh
all
Reum
around.
back there. Oop. He's caught Ruck in a bad spot. Had to get out of the gas there on corner exit, killing his time even more. Eckes is not that far behind Enfinger. And I'll tell you what, if we stay this far off the lead, or if not, or off the race lead, the battle for the lead itself, we're going to see a great battle to the finish at least.
Careful, still there.
The pass on Ruck also was 4th position for 16th earlier. And also for position is Josh Reum and Tanner Gray right in front of Schneider, despite being 3 laps down. I mean, that's just how the trucks have gone a lap down today. There are only 10 on the lead lap currently as it is.
Stay on the bottom.
41 laps to go. Schneider going to get around Reum for 14.
Stay low, stay low. Oh,
Maybe not looking at his worst finish of the season. Maybe the first time he's finished more than 1 lap down, assuming that things stay the way they are. Even if he gets 1 lap back, I doubt he's going to
your
get 2
line,
on
got one
that.
inside.
1 lap down, he could try to get the free pass and maybe a wave around to come back from. He definitely tried to take the wave around once. It just didn't work out. The only other thing he could have done was he could have pit, and he could have tried to race his way for the free pass and get a caution that way.
Caution down.
And there's the caution that Schneider needed, but it comes out about 10 laps too late. It's going to trap a lot of guys a lap down. Herbst just went a lap down as well again. He'll get the free pass in 10th. That's going to bunch this field back up for another restart. Schneider's got 1 set of tires left the rest of this race. He's going to pit right now. Going to add another pound of air pressure all the way around. It's going to be the only adjustment. This will be the final set of tires for Schneider the rest of the way. Again, he did not pit at the end of stage 2. Gave him 2 sets for this final stage, so he might be able to rip around these guys and get another lap back. Green flag back in the air, maybe get a caution and just keep doing it over and over again until maybe we get enough cautions to the end of this race. 36 laps to go on the restart for Enfinger. Looking like it was going to be a good battle between him and Eckes. See on the restart, again on the top though for Schneider. He's had bad luck last couple races, restarting on the top a lot. There's Riley Herbst. Gander does owe Herbst a little bit of payback. Schneider pulls up in front of him. I think he's going to save that payback for another time. Maybe in a race where he needs a caution, or maybe later today if he needs another caution. He's got the freshest tires in the field.
Car high, careful. All right, you're clear. Got one outside now.
Seen cautions breed cautions late in NASCAR races before. He's got to get enough time. Oh man, Herbst just moved him out of the way again there off turn 2. The 3 slides back in front of him.
Hold your line, got one inside.
I'm sure Herbst isn't happy that Schneider, 3 laps down, is the one racing him. He also did turn the 99 earlier when they were both on the lead lap. One thing is Schneider didn't DNF out of that, which he's thankful nobody else hit him hard enough, at least to DNF because he was sitting backwards in front of traffic. Christian, welcome to the stream. I'm just kind of hoping we get up here and maybe even just see a close finish to the end of this race for our sake, being 3 laps down. We get around Tanner Gray for 15th. Schneider going to get to the inside of Angelo Ruck for 14th. Right back where he was when the caution flew. Well, he didn't clear Ruck yet, but he's got fresher tires. Should get around her in turns 3 and 4.
Clear all around there.
And it does. A lap behind Boyd, 2 laps behind Sutter, Crafton, and again 3 laps off the lead. Enfinger and the rest of the field up here. That's the thing, yeah, fresher tires. He's working his way methodically through the field, but he's not fast enough to really not only get through there fast enough, but
got a car high now.
even to have a run. Trying to get back into this. That caution definitely saved these guys enough fuel to make it to the end. They were already going to be about 4 to 5 laps to the good, roughly, but now definitely going to make it with that caution and running 3 laps into the yellow. Ryder slides into the side of Sauter trying to clear him. He definitely wasn't clear. He self-cleared himself. Spotter didn't call him clear. Let's just say that much. Schneider almost in the wall off too. He's pushing it too hard. Can't blame him. He has a DNF this year. Yeah, that. Blew an engine under the last car. Yeah, somebody's definitely out of the race. One way or another. Maybe we'll see who that is at this point. Boy, Majeski's falling back. He finished second on speed, nonetheless, in stage 2. And he's struggling to get around Creed for 8th, which is still a good run to finish in the top 10, but it's not the run you would have hoped for.
Got a car high now.
Ben Rhodes to the lead, off turn 4, gets around his teammate. He dominated and won the first 2 stages, but he's been silent in stage 3, running about 3rd or 4th. mainly fourth that entire stage, with the caution bunched him back up, and he has found himself out in front again. Oh, trouble! Somebody's blowing an engine. Caution! Who is it? Eckes is going to pit. It's a little strategy by Eckes. Would have known the caution was going to come out again. I probably would have pit again right there, but we don't have tires to do it again. Stuart Friesen looks like is the driver that blew an engine that time. And he's not pitting either, assuming it was Friesen. I don't know, it's tough to tell. Might be a blown tire on Eckes, and that might be why he's pitting. So this will set up another restart late here at Richmond. Our fourth caution of the race. 3 past to Matt Crafton.
Coming to the green, driver. Ready.
Green flag back in the air. Snyder does restart on the bottom.
Car high now. You got room. You're clear.
Nail through the gears.
20 laps to go.
20 laps to go at Richmond for Rhodes. Into turn 1 as he leads the field down there.
Car high, careful there. 3 wide.
Kind of overran it on the bottom, 3 wide as he battles Ruck for position off turn 2. Oh boy, Eckes just stuffs it into Majeski. He wants to go on those fresh Goodyears. Same strategy that Tanner Gray tried to pull off and won at Texas. This track is more abrasive on tires. I think Eckes might have a better chance, but he's got to get through the traffic first. And he's sandwiched in the middle, 3 wide right now since the restart. Battle for the lead, though, between Ben Rhodes and Friesen. Friesen already with a win this season at Vegas. Rhodes trying to go for his first win to lock himself into the playoffs.
Careful, still there.
They're going to get around Lassard. One of the top 10 trucks. Lassard having a huge bounce back day. Eckes is still stuck behind Angelo Ruck right now. Yeah, again, we're 3 laps down.
Careful, still there.
Maybe have the chance to get to 2 laps down, and if we get a caution, we can pass Spencer Boyd for 13th, and that'd be about it. Unless we keep getting cautions late, which, again, we've had 2 cautions in the last 20 laps alone that we've ran so far. 3-truck battle for the lead! Enfinger threw a block on Friesen, and he also gets to the inside of Rhodes, but he can't clear him as they're side by side down the back. The Thorsport trucks battling it out. Eckes further back on those pressured tires still, but just can't get through the traffic, and Enfinger is back out in front again at Richmond with 15 to go. And now Enfinger goes a little high in 1 and 2. Schneider slides up in front of Ankrum. Also having a great bounce back day after finishing last at Texas today with a blown engine. And here comes Eckes. He wants to see those 3 trucks battle for the lead out there. That's going to give him more time. Friesen's out in front. Rhodes back to the inside of the 98 truck for second, his teammate. Friesen again shuts the door. And look at Eckes on the top. He is ripping that top lane as he clears Schneider easily there. There's still 13 to go. I think Eckes is going to get there. He's going to fly around Moffitt on the high side. Oh, they almost made contact. Rhodes back out in front, but it might be too little too late to get back to the lead. Now he goes high again, Enfinger to the bottom. Eckes on those fresh tires has just gotten around Friesen off turn 2 for third. He's right behind the 2 Thorsport trucks for the lead. Eckes going to go high to the outside of Rhodes. Rhodes slides the tires. Enfinger back in the lead. And Eckes is charged with fresh tires, much like Gray at Texas. And Eckes is trying to get his first win of the season. Enfinger blocks the top. Might give up the bottom, though, to Rhodes. No, he gets back to the bottom in the corner, at least. And again, slides up. on Eckes, who does get to the outside. Side drafts now, 10 laps to go. Again to the bottom in 1 and 2 for Enfinger. Eckes on the top, going to try to get the run. Almost made contact off turn 2 again. Eckes just can't get to the bottom because he can't clear Enfinger yet. Off turn 4, finally clear. New leader, Christian Eckes, with 9 laps to go. His first lead of the race.
Still there?
Here at Richmond to make it 6 different winners in the first 6 races, assuming he can hold off Enfinger. Friesen again with a win as well, up there inside the top 4, but he's kind of faded back. How many races are we going to go through where the guy or guys that win a stage and run good early just can't seal the deal? Rhodes today, Enfinger in the last race. Homestead Crafton did win both stages in the race. Settled at A stage at Atlanta. Friesen, who won a stage at Atlanta, though, didn't seal the deal. On stage 2. It's smooth sailing for Eckes as long as we don't get another caution. The only thing to hurt him. There is lap traffic still as well. Eckes just got into the back marker trucks that last lap. 5 laps to go at Richmond. To get to the white flag, the next flag will end the race, whether it's yellow or checker. Snyder definitely didn't have the truck all day, though. I mean, you can tell he's running. If he was on the lead lap, he'd be in 5th with where he's running on the track right now. And he's having a tough time just trying to keep up with Friesen, 4th place truck, and this is with about 35 to 40 lap pressure tires. So I mean, he just doesn't have it today. Maybe a top 10 truck on speed. Even that might have been a little bit of a miss. Friesen's in the wall off turn 4 after contact with Schneider in corner entry. Schneider ran a little too wide.
Got a car high now.
Not what Eckes wants, I'll tell you that much. Not what Friesen wanted either, with the truck 3 laps down to his inside. That has brought Ankrum and Moffitt closer to Friesen, as they might be able to battle him for 4th. 2 laps to go in this race for Christian Eckes. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for Eckes. Fresh tires to the finish. Still got about, looks like roughly about a second on Enfinger with a half a lap to go. Into turns 3 and 4, he's too far back. Checker flag in the air, Christian Eckes will win at Richmond. First win of the year, 6 different winners now in the first 6 races of this Truck Series career mode. What a crazy start to the season. Schneider's going to bring it home back at 14, 3 laps down. Only 11 trucks finished on the lead lap today. We had as many as 9 on the lead lap at one point, and Eckes steals the win with that tire strategy after the last caution and a restart with about 21 to go. Enfinger finishes 2nd. Rhodes, who won the first 2 stages of the race, finishes 3rd. Moffitt 4th. Ankrum rounds out the top 5. Friesen fell back to 6th. Kind of held him up there, cost him a couple spots. Ty Majeski 7th, Lassard 8th, Sheldon Creed 9th, and Riley Herbst rounds out the top 10. We will get payback on Riley Herbst at some point. He turned us earlier in the race. I'm not going to say that costed us a chance to even stay on the lead lap, but you'd have to assume it cost us in some way. Time at that point in stage 2, I mean, we didn't get any stage points, and we got a stage point in stage 1, so maybe it cost us stage points. That's possible. will not forget, though, on that Harrison. And we're going to have to pick a new incentive bonus because we did not get 3 top 10s in a 4-race stretch. We only got 1 in a 3-race stretch. Friesen still the points leader, though, after finishing 6th. I guess that was another reason Schneider had to battle Friesen, despite not being on the same lap as for the regular season championship lead. Cost him a couple points there late. So Friesen still is the championship points leader over Johnny Sauter. Sauter's only 1 point ahead of Schneider. And overall, a 28-point lead for Friesen. Schneider's 29 points back from Stuart Friesen. And Ben Rhodes has the last spot on points after a good day, but only 3 points ahead of Chastain. And let's see here. Actually, Eckes is 18th in points, so he's still in. Eckes does have to stay in the top 20 in points, so for that win to account for anything. He's got KBM equipment, I'd assume. I guess it was only a matter of time before he was going to start to run well consistently. Did not expect him to win anytime soon, but he wins today at Richmond, so good for him. So actually that means that Sheldon Creed has the last spot in points on Rhodes by 17, with Eckes having that win. I want to see how many laps Ben Rhodes led today, because I know he led a lot. Yeah, he led 116 of the 225 laps. Just over half the race, and won the first 2 stages, still did not find his way to victory lane. He actually finished 3rd. He didn't even finish 2nd. Edfinger got around him on that last restart, too. Gotta go back to the shop here before we end the stream and see where everything's at department-wise. And then we'll get on out of here after this late night. Big doubleheader. So yeah, we mentioned, or I should say I mentioned that we're going to have to pick a new incentive bonus here. Tough race, move on for Tyler Ankrum. The way he said that made it seem like he was angry for some reason. That was a tough race, move on. We'll compliment it though. It's the only tweet we have after Richmond. Already the 7th race of the season coming up when we get to Dover on Tuesday night. I wouldn't expect any more doubleheaders coming out of the career mode, especially now that golf season's getting closer and closer to full swing. I've been golfing, so days after work for sure won't be able to. And the only time we'll be able to even do a career mode going forward would be on Sundays out of the days I have off work. And I'll be traveling to different racetracks starting here in a few weeks when I go to Dega. All right. So we tried the 3 top 10s in 4 races, and it didn't work. Man, I don't know. I feel like we can run good at Dover. I hope. I mean, I really don't know. Texas, we finished 2nd. We didn't really roll out fast, but hopefully going there a second time, we should roll out faster the second time. Kansas, Charlotte, we haven't been to yet. I think the safe play is to go 3 top 10s in 4 races again. We failed it the first time, though. But $4,444, I mean, that's just not... Sorry, $4,440. That's just not a lot of money. So, yeah, we're going to have to go something a little bit higher. So, we'll go for 3 top 10s in a 4-race stretch again. Hopefully, we get it this time. Sucks to fail on an incentive because you kind of waste those, for instance, 3 races that we just ran not getting the incentive. So hopefully we can do better this time around. I think these tracks are going to be a little better for... I didn't expect this. I even mentioned before we went to that last incentive that Richmond would be the race that we didn't get a top 10. But we didn't get a top 10 at Homestead either, and we finished 18th there. So better finish today, but this is the most laps down we've ever finished in a race this season. So we're going to get this short track chassis repaired. We'll have a 95 all the way around for Dover. Honestly, we could really choose any one of these we can either choose car 1 or car 3. They're both going to be maxed out. We can't upgrade our department yet. We need just less than 100 grand to get to there. I was hoping if we got an incentive bonus that we might have been able to get there in 2 races. 3, I guess, technically, after the one we ran. It's probably looking like 4 races now because we didn't get the incentive bonus. So, yeah, probably going to have another 4 races from now. So now we're looking, I mean, that backtracks us. We're probably looking at Texas, maybe Iowa before we get that engine to 100. You can tell we're going to need it to actually be championship contenders. I wouldn't call us a championship contender yet. Well, I guess you could call us a contender, but we're nowhere near a front runner. Get this other short track chassis up and running a little bit better. Banged it up a little bit at Richmond. Engine's still looking pretty good. So yeah, that's going to be our work plan for the week. Let's take a look at our season stats. For the career mode so far, I mentioned we haven't DNF'd yet. That's good. Average finish is an 8.3, so that's pretty solid. But we have had 3 finishes outside the top 10. We have 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, 1 win. And again, every race that we finished inside the top 10, we finished second or better. 2 runner-ups, 2 second-place finishes, and a win in 6 starts, which is really good. And we are third in points. So, I mean, for an upstart team, 6 races in, if you would have told me that we would have had a win already, I wouldn't have believed you. And if you would have told me we had 3 top 2 finishes, I wouldn't have been able to believe you. We've led 106 laps, but we led 92 at Atlanta. So 92 at Atlanta, we led, I think if you count the caution laps, we led 5 at Texas, and then we led the other ones at Daytona at the beginning of the season. So, yeah, I mean, outside of Atlanta, we haven't really led laps this season, so that's concerning. That's why I'm saying we're a championship contender because you can tell we're kind of close, but it's still going to be a little bit before we can really get there. And we're starting to slip away a little bit from that regular season championship. It's definitely not over. We got 10 more races, but knowing that we're not going to get that next upgrade with the engine department for another 4, maybe 5 races, you know, like I don't know if we can win that regular season championship and get the 15 playoff points. We've only got 1 stage win on the season, too. So the fact that we definitely need to score more stage points for number 1 if we're going to get a chance to win the regular season title. If we don't win it, I mean, we're going to have to start winning stages or winning more races, or we're only going to go in with 6 playoff points into the playoffs, plus wherever we finish in the regular season standings, but that's not going to be as much more compared to the regular season championship. So, I mean, we might go in with 10, and with only a 10-car field, and all these other drivers are winning races too. That's the thing. We got 6 drivers with 1 win, so, I mean, yeah, we got 5 playoff points, but basically everybody else does too, so man, it just makes it tough. It definitely makes it tough, but this will be a fun playthrough the rest of this career mode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast every day. Tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the next full race live stream on the channel. Cup Series racing at the Indianapolis Road Course. First time we'll ever race the Cup cars there on the channel tomorrow. And we will also be starting our podcast tomorrow for the guest talk through of a weekly review of how the fantasy team did, everything Atlanta. All of that will go down at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mondays starting tomorrow. We'll be having that, and we do a predictions podcast going forward, going into the race on race days before the race as well. We started that today, but it was very, very short with it being the first week. Going forward, those will be an hour as well. So tune in for all that tomorrow. And again, like, share, and subscribe. Have a good rest of your night. And I'll be back and see you for double duty tomorrow.